mountains without lifting a finger.
Minister Malcolm X.
Good news, the chariot is coming.
Hey, Kingsley.
Hey, Jamal.
First, you did an amazing job, and you know I'm a critic, so I should be familiar with more of your work. But you're a new face to me, and I was a little skeptical when I seen this new face playing such an adorned character as Malcolm X. But your performance earned every bit of that casting, and that decision was like the perfect decision. What did you learn about Malcolm X that we haven't seen in the autobiography, or that we haven't, seen in the depictions that Denzel and has played? Like, what did you learn in playing this character in One Night in Miami?
Do you know what I learned that blew my mind is that Malcolm said to Dick Gregory around this time, this very specific time when there was his relationship with the nation was coming to an end, and his relationship with Elijah Muhammad was crumbling, and his life was becoming in danger. And he said to Dick that he felt weak, he felt hollow, and that no one knew the torments that he went through around this time. And that just blew my mind. And Dick described Malcolm, the Malcolm in private, the Malcolm who was Dick's friend, the father, the husband. Dick described him as sweet and bashful, kind, good-humored, a gentleman, and a comedian. So that was my way in. And even before I read that interview with Dick, Regina and I spoke about, before she cast me, the importance of tapping into Malcolm as a human, and his decency, and he put his life on the line for Black people, man. He risked it. He died for the cause. He was serious about what he was saying, and he just really, you get to at the end of a project like this, you spend as much time with Malcolm as I did, listening to him, watching him. It's really hard when it comes to the end, because it's damn, he's gone, and him and Sam would both be dead within a year of this, this night. Him and Cash never spoke again a couple of weeks after. They fell out. Yeah. So it's a really, really interesting moment to get to play Malcolm.
I know when I'm being watched, Sam.
Your paranoia is really cramping my style now. Come on, just because you can't see bugs don't mean they ain't in the house, Sam. Up on this dirty-ass roof.
Why don't you be like Bing Crosby about that shit, man, and accentuate the motherfucking positive? Look at this view.
I bet they're doing them for me. It's nice, ain't it, Malcolm?
Yeah, it's most definitely soothing, Cass. The air up here is cooler.
Far away from the prying eyes of your G-men.
Yeah, you joke all you want, Sam. I'm telling you, it's got worse since the tension between me and Mr. Muhammad. I met with a writer in New York a few weeks back. There were two guys following us through the airport. I swear it was the same two.
I thought you didn't trust writers.
No. This one was a brother, and this meeting was important. I figure I better start getting my life story documented in my own words while I can.
And you must have, and I asked Regina about the casting, and she's said best person, best actor for the job, and I agree. But of course, we heard this conversation come up with Cynthia and Harriet, and when British actors, and I had this conversation with Steve McQueen also, when British actors are playing these African Americans here. Have you ran into any of those conversations yet, and how do you? What do you say to those people that have that feeling that you guys are a different kind of Black, or that you're not American Black enough? Or, what do you say to that? I don't. This is not my feelings.
For sure, no, I completely understand, and I noticed questions coming, and it's this is a conversation that is unpacking as we speak, and we don't know. We're in the middle of this. We're in the middle of trying to figure out representation and who should be playing who and who shouldn't be playing who. And I can talk about this from a casting point of view, and each casting process is different. Every film has its own different casting process. There was someone else lined up to play this role, and they pulled out. Regina had 2 weeks to find her Malcolm. There's a thing of availability as well. Like all of the best actors, they're busy all the time. You know, like this was a really specific instance, and and Regina, it took a long time to cast me. You know, like I was waiting for weeks, and I convinced Regina that I wasn't scared of this, and I understood who Malcolm needed to be in this story. I persuaded Regina that I was confident and up for the challenge, and and I had to trust her instinct. The opportunity is too big. I threw my hat in the ring, and and the rest is history. But I get it. This is a big conversation, and representation in all senses. This is something that we're right in the middle of, and it's important that we keep interrogating and we keep discussing these things. And it's not going to be comfortable all the time,
Yeah.
So I appreciate you bringing it up, and yeah.
Well, great job, man. I mean that was really a standout performance. It was real. It really felt like I'm looking at Malcolm. The same kind of the same instance it felt like when I was watching Denzel's portrayal. By the end of the film, you were on that T-shirt with, by any means necessary. That was you. That's the, and I appreciate the performance, and I appreciate the honesty and the answer. And can't wait to see everything you got coming out. Great performance, great film. Shout outs to Macro and Regina for making this happen. And again, thanks.
Thank you, Jamal. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for your words.